Good evening. How you guys doing? It's the car crazy guy here from Santa Clarita, and I'm just here to tell you finally I sold my condominium. It was a rough transaction. The real estate agent that was representing the buyers were a headache. The buyers were a headache, but finally I got it done. And I know I said I wasn't going to do this, and I probably say this a lot, but I said I wasn't going to sell the Cruze. I was going to hang on to it for a while, but I did sell it. But luckily I did pay off these two vehicles here, the 2018 Golf R and my 2016 Z06. Finally I paid these things off, and I should be receiving titles to them soon. I did buy another car in addition to the one I'm going to show you, although that is not very exciting. But this one will probably surprise you. Probably never expected me to buy this car. So without further ado, I'm going to show it to you. Yes, I did it. I bought a Type R, a Civic Type R, of course. This is a 2019 Civic Type R. It's in the, I guess that's the heritage color, Championship White. This is the color. I like white cars anyways, so it was kind of like a no-brainer. Now I found this car at Honda of Santa Monica, or Santa Monica Honda, however way they name themselves, and I found this one literally at sticker price. However, it did have a few options that, well, unfortunately they do this to you. I find it's probably like this everywhere. You're lucky if you can find one that has no accessories and is just the car in itself and nothing else in addition, but they added about 5 different options, and they're all Honda accessories. Although I wasn't too pleased about what they did when they installed one of them. And I found this out later, and I'll talk about that in a minute, but they installed the carbon fiber rear spoiler wing, or whatever you want to call it, the sushi bar table. The next one, wheel locks. The third one is the shift knob. Pretty nice though. The other knob is more of a aluminum ball. I guess in the summertime it gets really hot, probably burns your hand. Let's see what else. I'll show you the next thing here. The next thing, kind of something I would buy anyways, but yeah, the Civic Type R trunk tray. It's kind of a plastic. I did buy a car cover on my own. That had nothing to do with them. And then, of course, the last thing, another carbon fiber piece. Pretty nice. I like the red accents in here. You got a little red. You got some light grays and dark grays. And you'll have to excuse the music because my neighbor is in a band, and I guess he's practicing for his next gig. So, although it sounds pretty good, I can't complain when you get free music. Why not? So, anyways, this car unfortunately had the accessories, although those 5 accessories were about $2,700. I probably would have preferred not to have them. However, well, they're already on the car. What am I going to do? Tell them to take them off? Then that's not going to happen. So thankfully I got it at MSRP and $2,700 of accessories. I priced out the accessories myself. You know, I did a kind of like an online price and a retail price. The retail price was about $2,100. I got 2 different costs for the installment, and this does not include the wheel locks or the trunk tray, because those are, anybody can do that. One you drop in, the other one you just screw on. Take one lug off, put the locking ones on, and I'm pretty sure these probably are easy to steal. So, so the price I got on the labor at one place was $300, the other one was $500. So it makes it, however, depending how you price it, you know, between $100 and $300 overpriced. I guess I was willing to do that, so I made an agreement. I said, yeah, let me do it. At first I was going to wait until the escrow closed, and I decided if I don't buy this, somebody's gonna scoop this one up, so I better make my move now. And they wanted me to trade the other car, and they wouldn't give me the loan, I guess, according to the dealership, so I had to trade that in. That car I paid $16,985, ended up selling it to the dealership for $14,000. CarMax offered me $14,000. AutoNation Chevy offered me $14,000. The Audi dealer out here offered me $13,000. And no, the Audi dealer offered me 12, and then I went to another dealership, was a GMC dealership, and they offered me 13. So I took the CarMax offer to this dealer, and they matched it. And they ended up selling it for about $1,500 more, which tells you that the Chevy Cruze at $25,000 sells for about 10 grand less after one model year. Man, that was a loser when it comes to depreciation. But like I said, I didn't pay nearly as much for it, so I lost, you know, $2,900. So anyways, you know, it is what it is. But I figured I'm gonna get my hands on this car, and I'm gonna buy this. I'm gonna have some fun with it. Just, I don't drive a ton, so whatever I do with it, it'll be fun. So anyways, I got a great price, considering in California most dealers are marking them up crazy amounts of money. The dealer out here wanted $5 grand, and they had $6,800 worth of accessories, and those are probably worth $4 grand or so. So they've really marked those up. It's actually crazy to see what some of these dealers do. I've even seen online one dealer was marking it up 30 grand, and that's now. That's not when these first came out. I can imagine what they were trying to get for it before. But anyways, a couple little things that I'll mention. When I got the car on the splitter, the side sill, whatever you want to call it, there was a little nick here, and I'll sort of try to show you. It's not easy to see, but you can see it right about there. You'll see that. Not a huge deal, but I'm going to replace it. It's not a big deal to get it off. And then this panel here has a couple of nicks on it. One there, and the other one's right there. Now, let's see if I can zoom in on it. You can see that. And that, again, you can see it right there. Not a big deal. When I was going through the trunk, or the boot as they say, I found some broken tabs, and I thought, well, that's kind of weird. I wonder what that is. So I pulled this handle cover off right here. This comes off, and when you install the rear wing, they supply brand new ones of these covers for a reason. They break, and then they also supplied these rubber bump strips because they're hard to get off, and they break too. Although if you're careful, you can get them off. I was able to remove these panels and these ones without any issue at all. But when I took it off, I have a picture of it, and I'll see if I can put it inside the video. And as you can see, the tabs were literally on the left side were broken in one spot, because there's a couple of notches, and you'll see it in the still pictures. One here and there's one here, and that's what holds this up. There's also tabs here, and there's some here and here as well. Those really secure it well. But when I now ordered a new panel for this, because this is never going to stay on. This will never stay on correctly. So this panel, I got it online, picked it up locally. It was about $108. I didn't want to deal with the dealership because I know they're just going to waste my time. I'm going to have to come back again. They're in Santa Monica. I'm in Santa Clarita. It's a headache. The traffic is a nightmare. I don't care. I'm over it. So I replaced this panel. Now, when I took it down, I'll show you where another place was broken. But if you sort of move over to the side, you'll see where the windshield wiper motor is. This little hump there. You can see it right there. There's a plastic. It's almost like a plastic push pin that snaps into the actual cover, and it goes into a hole. And when they pulled this down, they literally ripped it off, and it broke the retainer that holds this green clip. So it just was hanging on by a thread. So I bought the side panels, which are this panel here, and I bought this one. It turned out there was nothing wrong with them, but to take it back, it wouldn't even be worth the trouble. Besides, the panels themselves were $20. So one of them actually was broken when I picked it up. The point of it was bent over. It must have been shipped, and weight of it or something pushed on it, and so I didn't have to accept it. So I didn't need it anyway. So I didn't have to buy it. So I spent the 108 and about 20 for two different panels. So I got away with that. These side sills down here, the one that's damaged, which is actually part of the white part under the doors. It doesn't come apart apparently, but that panel is about $240 with the discount. Retails over $400. So I know you'll think I'm crazy, but I really not happy with that. And then the vent in the rear, the fake vents, I should say. I wish these were open, though. I think somebody probably ended up selling them open, but this here is about $85, so I'm done with it after that. I'm not going to really do much to it. I'm not going to do any crazy modifications. I'm just interested in driving it more. The exhaust is very quiet. Doesn't make much noise. I wish it was a little bit louder, but neither is the Golf. It's pretty quiet too. So I'll go around to the front of it. It's a pretty cool car. I really like it. It's pretty fast. Although I know if it was a dual clutch, which would really make it awesome, that would even make it even quicker. You see, it would be nice if they made these in carbon fiber too. These side vents, I guess you call them. Here's a frontal view of it. Love it. Love the red badges. LED headlights, fog lights. I think it's dark enough to really actually come on, so let's see if we can get them to come on. Maybe it isn't dark enough. Maybe because the door is open, perhaps. But you do have LED running lights and turn signals. Nothing, unfortunately, in the mirrors, I guess, in this price point. Some cars have it, some don't. And there's no advanced driver's aid in this car whatsoever. So, yeah, nice car. And the inside, oh man, I love the inside of this thing. And you can see the inside is like, it's really nice suede material. You have these inserts, kind of look like shoulder harnesses, kind of. The Type R embroidered on the back of the seat. The mats have the Type R, and that's factory mats. Love the red on the steering wheel. Love the red knob, though. It's pretty nice. Of course, they do have, and they sell these accessories. These are, they have real carbon fiber inserts that go here and toward in the center, right about there. On the doors as well, right about there. I would love to do those, but I really don't want to have these idiots tearing my car apart. So I guess I would probably do it myself. The rears are very plain, although they do have, and you can see, I do have red seat belts for the front. You can see rears red as well. Now that's a nice touch, and you can see the seat belt red. However, I'm a little disappointed in the rear seat. The rear seat itself is very, very plain. Kind of disappointing, actually, but I guess it's really about the front. That's where the driver is going to be commanding the vehicle. So that's what's really important. And of course, the 3 pedals, which you don't see much anymore. I'm not going to show you the motor because if you look at my Accord video, it's pretty much the same motor. Layout, probably not the same internally, but man, that's a great car. Let's see, we'll show you with the wing. Shut the hatch and show you what it looks like with that big wang. And at first I thought, am I a little too old for this car? Because I am 56, I'll be 57 at the end of the year, and a few of the people on the Civic Type R forums on Facebook said, no, you're not too old, because they actually mentioned their ages, and they were actually older than me. So I guess once a kid, always a kid at heart. So the second car I bought, and I'll show you this, it's a 2000 Ford Taurus, and this I got from my uncle. He's 93. He's given up driving about 6 months ago. He's been trying to sell it. Unfortunately, the only people trying to buy it were scammers, and they would send him fake money orders. When you take it to the bank would say, do not cash this. We recommend, because it's fake. They said you can easily tell. So he was asking $4,000 at the beginning, and then it went to $3,000. And I said, you know what? How about $2,500? He says, tell you what, I'll do $2,600. Can you help me paint one of my bedrooms? I guess it needs some work. So I said, sure. I've yet to do that, so no painting yet. By the way, this is the red hot plate off my 2016 Golf R, and that was actually meant for my 2016 Mustang GT that I had that was red, and I got rid of it before the plate showed up, so I stuck it on my red Golf, and I guess that's why I went red on the Golf, because I could use the plate. Now, the bumper itself, it's got some issues here. You know, when you're dealing with an old man driving a car, what do you expect? But the body itself actually is straight. There's a few dings and scratches, not terrible. Wheels are a little beat up. Not terribly, they're a little dirty right now. I had this car detailed, and they did a decent job on it. I'll show you the inside of it here. Gotta find the right set of keys here. Okay, here we go. Got the Ford keys. Had to replace those too. Those buttons they were shot. But here's the interior of it, and you can see there's no dash cracking. The seats are in excellent condition. It actually had at least 89,000 original miles. Low tech, totally low tech. I put that, what's that up there? Oh, it's just dirt. I put that phone holder up there because I have no way to, obviously this thing doesn't have USB ports. Rear seat, not very large, but enough for adults. I'd say the rear seat room in my Cruze was more than this, but this car is a lot wider. I'll show you the front of it. Go around the front of it here, and unfortunately he used the front of his garage as a stopper. You can see the paint scratches right to the left and the top of the license plate. But the hood's pretty nice. There's a couple little dings in it. You can see it when you go around. There's a few little creases. I guess somebody didn't realize you don't have to push down on the hood when you shut it. No paint peeling, no paint chipping. Like I said, always garaged, and it's pretty flawless for a almost nearly 20-year-old car. Here's the interior. It's pretty clean though. Here's the mileage. You can see I've got about 90 now. Put about I think about 600 or 700 miles on it since I've had it. Had it about a month now. Overall, a decent car. I'm gonna use this. Ooh, got a little door ding there, a scratch. Oh, and here's the worst. One of the worst parts of it. You can see the dent here. I took it to a body shop, a reputable body shop. I said, hey, how much will you charge me to paint or actually replace both front and rear bumpers? Because you really can't fix them. To fix them, it would just cost more labor than it's worth. The bumpers are really cheap. They're about $150 each. So the paintwork and the bumpers, if I supply the bumpers, you're looking at $1,500. Yeah, it's not really worth it. I think I would probably replace the rear one because it's the one that's the worst out of all of it. It's seen better days, so I would probably do the rear. That's about $800 for the rear, $700 for the front, and that includes the bumper. And then just leave it at that. Maybe you could put a bra on the front of it as the body shop recommended, and you won't see anything. It'll look nice. That's an idea. You know, if I really want to, I can later do the front, but for now, I'm just going to leave it the way it is. There's no reason to really waste any money on it. But that's not really the focus here. It's a really nice day outside too. Had some rain out here. It's finally cleared up. Well, I hope those clouds don't come over because I specifically cleaned this car for the video because I just do not like dirty cars. So, yep, I got it. Finally did it. And I've got a new GoPro, Hero 7 Black. Not a fan of GoPro cameras myself in general, but using an iPhone, this is what I'm using here, is just a lot easier for me. My iPhone yesterday, actually Sunday night, Sunday night, it just died on me. It wouldn't turn on or anything, so I had to get a new one. So I got that yesterday, and here's a passenger side shot. You can see my R number. Yeah, it's a really nice car. It's very different from the Golf. It's more raw. It's a manual, and the Golf is a DSG. But very cool car though. I just wanted to share this with you. I'm probably going to go ahead next and change out the LED interior bulbs. I've got a set of them. I think they're the same pretty much for modern cars these days. And I'm not a fan of the incandescent stuff. I don't even know if it even has oh, it actually does. I can't believe it. It has a light in the glove box. That's an anomaly. Amazing. Guess I'm gonna have to change that one too. But here's a look at the my first I'm gonna call it tuner kind of car. 2019 Golf R. I'm sorry. I've got R's on the mind. The wrong car. 2019 Civic Type R, and it's just totally awesome. Of course, I have the 2016 Z06, also the 2018 Golf R, and this is a really nice car too. It's just very, very understated. The inside is beautiful. It's just really nice workmanship, materials. It's top notch. The rear door panels, unfortunately, are hard touch plastics, but in this class, I guess that's expected. So, hey guys, thanks for stopping by again. And will I change out the taillight bulbs if I'm daring enough? I'm just really worried about trying to change these out because you got to remove a couple of screws here. One there and one there, and then you have to pry the whole housing that way. And sometimes if you just don't get it straight on, the corner will dig right into the paint and just screw it up. I've seen many people do that before in various cars. I really wish they just made it easy. Pull back the liner, couple of screws, and it just easily slides out, but nope, they make it difficult. Well, I might tackle that later down the road, but that's pretty much it. So thanks again for joining me. It is the Car Crazy Guy here from Santa Clarita, and I will see you on the next video. You take her easy, guys.